Haunted Homebodies. On with the show. We love it.
Nope, I overdid it. I was like, I'm being so serious and good, and I'm like on it tonight, and then I overthought it. Okay. Whew. Grab your coveralls and your coat hangers.
It's time for death to come to your little town.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Oh my gosh. It's October 30th, the day we released this, so it's
We made
Halloween
it.
Eve. Oh, we did. We made it by the skin of our teeth, whatever that means. That's gross, but we made it. Oh my gosh, I just saw in the notes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first, I also see in my notes here, Halloween Eve should be a holiday. It should be off
Agreed.
work.
All
Also,
Hallows Eve should be a holiday.
yes. Yes. And also, like, why do we have to work on Halloween? This should be illegal. I think once I get in a groove at my new job, like every Halloween, I think I'm gonna just try to get it off because it's
I
really
love
important to me.
that.
It's a really
Yes, like
important
you should
holiday.
just enjoy the day, not have to like rush
Yes.
through work and then get to it. At least it's on a Friday this year. And you know what?
Yes.
That means the next 2 years it's gonna be on a Saturday and a Sunday. So you have
That's true.
3 years to get your shit together.
That's true. Seems like it probably should be enough time, but we'll see. I'm really excited because I have a very cute little intro story for you here.
Ooh.
So as you know, we are house hunting aggressively in this godforsaken real estate market. So we've been looking at a lot of houses, and we were looking at one over the weekend, and it was, oh my gosh, it was just the weirdest experience. So we're walking into the house, and the realtor, who's like our realtor, she's just putting in the code, getting like the little key out for us. She unlocks the door, like opens it, and I literally leaned down like as if to greet a dog. Like my body like went forward and I put my hands out and I like
Ooh.
stood back up and I was like looked at her realtor and I was like, I'm sorry, like I really just felt like there was gonna be like a dog there greeting us. Like I don't know what to say. And I was just like, I just felt like there should be a dog there. Okay.
Wow.
So we go into the house and she's like walking into the bedroom and she's like, "Oh, there's like a bag here with like a dog sewn on it. Like maybe they have a dog." And like, you know, when you go for a showing, like they take their their pets out for obvious reasons. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense." I probably just was like, I don't know, just walking to a house. I'm just like, I've lived with dogs. I grew up with dogs. I go into the living room. I kid you not. There is a shrine, a shrine to their dog who sadly had passed
Oh,
on, including an urn with its ashes. I've never seen
Ashley.
this. So the little ghost dog had run up to me at the
Oh,
door, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I could cry."
wow, that is the
So
best
sweet.
haunting ever.
Isn't that? It's my latest haunting, and I was like, "This is the cutest haunting I've ever had. Like, give me all of these hauntings. That is so sweet." I like wanted to buy the house just so I could live with a ghost dog. Well, I'm sure he'll
Yes.
he'll move on with his family, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
oh,
adorable.
isn't that so cute? I've never had
Yes.
like my other haunted stories, which if you listen to our Halloween special, not as cute. Not
No,
cute. Far
no,
more menacing.
no.
So
This one was so lovely.
so wholesome. It was very strange though. Like I cannot tell
Yeah.
you like how much like I walked in that door and was like, but where's the dog?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand
Where's
what's
the dog?
happening. Yeah, it was so cute. It was so cute.
Oh, I
So,
love it.
many blessings to everyone. I hope that your Halloween is haunted by beautiful little ghost pets. The
Yes.
best. It's the best. Aside from alive pets, those are preferred. But
Yeah, those
it's
are
so
those are
sweet.
ideal, but
It's
until
so
yeah.
sweet to think that they're just like they're,
Oh.
with us hanging out. I like wanted to like reach out to the homeowner and just been like, your dog's like in the house still and like is so lovely and
I feel
sweet.
confident they would have been like, "Yeah, we know. Glad you got to meet him."
Right, right. I mean,
Yeah.
they kept it was like Ash's photo, like multiple embroidered things. Like it was heartbreaking at the same
Wow,
time because they
yeah.
clearly just had loved this dog so much.
Aw,
But yeah, it was really sweet. So that's my little haunted homebody
I love
story.
it. I love it. I'm so excited for this episode because last week you said Halloween is so good. I don't think there's even really anything to talk about it. So I can't wait to see
If we can
what we
come up with
covered
something.
today. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's intro the movie. So, Halloween was released on October 25th, 1978. So, unlike Hocus Pocus, it was released at the appropriate time of year.
Yes.
Perfect timing. Google categorizes this movie as a horror/crime. It's just a horror movie. It's a slasher. I
Yeah.
would say an extremely classic slasher movie, but Google must just have some little automated AI thing that just makes up crap because those are always weird. And yet we still recite them. Moving on. It is rated 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, has a 97% critic and 89% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's high and totally
Yes.
appropriate. But
It's
yes,
kind of perfect. Yeah.
this movie is beloved, and it is one that I would say is pretty widely loved by horror fans and definitely revered by critics. Like, obviously, 97%. Like, they're all just like, yeah, good movie. Snaps for
Yeah.
John Carpenter and co. So,
They
yeah,
did
it's
it
a solid
right.
movie. We knew this. It's currently streaming on Zumo, Plex, and AMC Plus, and probably just like all over cable. Like, just go
I
on AMC anytime in October
I
and
feel
you'll
like
find it.
every time we say those, there's like a new streaming platform I've never heard of before. Like,
Is it
what is
Zumo?
Zumo?
Yes, I watched it on Zumo. It was not bad. There were definitely commercials, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like,
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is. Maybe like Freevee or one of the other new ones where it's like 7 commercials like every 2
Ew.
minutes, and it's like, this is a bit
Even
much.
Amazon Prime now, which I pay for, has a ton of commercials.
Yeah,
Over it.
it's tough out
Anyway.
there. Anyway, we'll stop with our little millennial gripes over here. I'm trying to think if I
Never.
know. No, you're right. I can't remember the first time I saw this movie, to be honest. It's like so iconic and it's important to me. Like it's important in my soul, but I don't remember watching it for the first time. Do you?
I can never remember the first time that I saw any movie,
Yeah.
basically. I'm the worst one on this podcast. But I can remember the first time that I saw the newest or one of the newest Halloween movies. I don't keep up with
Yes.
them, but it was with
Me.
you
Yeah.
in Montana. I think that was the night I got there to join you on your road trip. And we
Okay.
were staying in that town that was like weirdly dead. It was a 3-day
Mhm.
weekend and everything was shut down.
Yes.
And there were like almost no humans. And it was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And then we watched that movie because you are a person who can watch horror movies and go right to sleep. And I
Yes.
was terrified afterward.
There's so much of like the road trip experience where I was like, we just had a really great fun time. And like now you being honest with me, years later, you're like, I was terrified of the outhouse, couldn't sleep that night, didn't want to watch a horror movie in this like
No, I
silent
didn't
ass
say I didn't
dead
want
town.
to.
No, but it affected you. I'm
Yes.
like forget that the way that I move about the world is not normal.
I think
Not
I would
normal.
react differently now. I've watched so many more horror movies now because of
Okay.
the podcast, but then like because of the podcast outside of what we watch for the pod, I've also been watching so many more horror movies, so I think I would
Yeah.
have handled it better now. I'm conditioned.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that also if the town wasn't giving us like a vibe and a vibe that was
Yeah.
eerie, and then the where we were staying was like, I wouldn't call it sketchy, but like a sketchy adjacent at
Mhm.
least, and it was very quiet and we did not have
Yes.
internet. So there were time periods where like we'd be sitting there and we'd have a moment of silence and like my ears would be ringing because it was
Yeah.
so quiet. But that was we watched the requel. I'll call it the requel of
Okay. Yeah.
this movie, which was made in 2018.
Okay.
And so I would say like, yeah, that wasn't like a sinister or like super scary movie. This one's not really either, but it's creepy and it makes you like
Yeah.
it's home invasion, and that's always when you're
Yeah.
like
It's
in a
like
home,
yeah, right?
period. Yeah, can get things going. So sorry about that. What?
I loved that trip. I hope
It was
the
fun.
stories I've been telling don't make you think otherwise.
No, no, a little, but no, 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 no. I know you'd go with me again, and
Hands down.
we'd make it
Name the
way
day.
creepier now. We'll go on like a horror road trip at some point, and it'll be terrifying and amazing, and
Yes,
that's the dream.
please.
Let
Yes.
me give you a little plot summary from user massive fan on IMDb. Okay, massive fan. Here we go.
Spot on.
The year is 1963. I picked this because it's so dramatic. Hold on, let me try to regroup. The year is 1963. The night, Halloween. Police are called to 43 Lampkin Lane, did not know that was the address, only to discover that 15-year-old Judith Myers has been stabbed to death by her 6-year-old brother, Michael. After being institutionalized for 15 years, Myers breaks out on the night before Halloween. No one knows nor wants to find out what will happen on October 31st, 1978. Besides Myers' psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis. He knows Michael is coming back to Haddonfield, but by the time the town realizes it, it'll be too late for many people. Dun, dun, dun.
Mm. Okay, wait, I have one more just like super short story. I'm sorry, this is like even less related to this movie.
Yeah,
But
hit me.
last week I was on a work trip like out in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, and I'm like calling this hotel to like arrange the rooms and get everything figured out. And I talked to this guy on the phone. He's really nice. Says his name is Mike. I get a follow-up email from him later. His name is Michael Myers, and I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not this does
Come
not bode
on.
well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's yeah, well, you're here.
I
So
made it. I made it. I
it's
survived in
fine.
several ways. Anyway, back to the actual movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I am not at my best. I was hoping to do more like background research on this because it is something that like I just knew a lot of facts about and I've been like trying to refresh to share some, but um I think the whole movie making process is really interesting, and we've talked about it before with Friday the 13th, but I linked to a Netflix show. I rewatched the episode that's on Halloween. It's called The Movies That Made Us, and it's really fun because it gives like behind the
Oh.
scenes looks and talks to like some of the production crews, some of the actors, and it's super interesting. So I'm going to share a little bit of what I learned from that. So Halloween was, like, super low budge. It was only, had a budget of $300,000, and it was shot over just 20 days. It was one that they just, like, whipped up. They just kinda had the idea, wrote up a quick script, shot it, problem solved it kind of on the fly, had the super limited budget, so they're being, like, pretty scrappy, which I always think is fun to think of, like, the creative ways they do it when they're not just, like, doing CGI and all this big budget
Mm.
stuff. And it ended up grossing $47 million at the box office. So a
Whoa.
tremendous success. Like, and this was back in 1978. So, um, it was a huge, huge success. Because it was considered like an indie film. I don't think I realized it. Like, it was just a
Wow.
little independent film. It was co-written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. The idea didn't come from them originally. Um, Unfortunately, I should have written down the guy's name, but he's prominent in the episode on Netflix, and he kind of had the idea of, like, some babysitters being haunted by a masked killer, and he goes
Love
into, like,
it.
the whole background of it, and, they were both, like, this great and it talks about all of, like, how these people get, like, hooked up and how these movies it's just, like, all of these, like, little pieces have to come together in order for, like, these, like, John Carpenter wasn't a big name at the time.
Right.
Obviously now he's like a total icon, but it's so interesting to like see people get their start and kind of their big break. At the time that they wrote this movie together, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, they were a couple, which is really cute.
That
And
is really
right,
cute.
and they did some other great movies together. One of them being The Fog, which is a movie I definitely want to cover for the podcast. It's like super cozy, like, coastal horror, love that, and they did Escape from New York, which is, like, a super fun Kurt Russell kind of dystopian movie, um, and also, this film was Jamie Lee Curtis's, like, big breakout role. So that's super fun. Total like just Nepo hire. But it
but
worked out
like
great. Very deserved, I think,
Nepo
otherwise.
hire, like, of one of the greatest scream queens of all time, who then
Totally.
turned into one of the greatest scream queens of all time.
Totally. Like this was not a oh, and then you found yourself and figured it out. Like she nails this role. And
Yes.
I found out, I don't know if it was in that, I think it was a separate article maybe that I read, that she was really hesitant to take the role of Lori because after reading the script, she related, she was like, as a teenager, which like I think she actually was during the time of this movie, which is refreshing. A movie about
Yes.
teenagers starring teenagers. But she totally,
Imagine.
right? She totally related to the friends. Like she was like, I was a cheerleader. I was very outgoing. I was a little bit boy crazy. So she's like, didn't know if I could pull off this kind of almost mousy, like little
Oh,
goody two shoes student girl. But I think she nailed it. Like I am
yes.
convinced that like Jamie Lee Curtis and like Laurie Strode are the same person. Like they are so interchangeable to me. Like
She's so
it's so
good.
good. She's so so good. Um, so I think that, the having like lesser known or not even known people in this movie, like the only star was Donald Pleasance, which talk about that him being hired in the episode too. And I tried to find out a little bit more. But he basically, I think, I think he ended up doing the movie because his daughter or granddaughter, like someone had watched John Carpenter's first film, like one, I think it was Assault on Precinct 13, and
Okay.
she was like, I really like the movie, like you should do it. He was like,
Oh,
fine. Like he kind
and
of
I
was like, I need a
love
paycheck,
it.
but he like didn't want to be there, and I guess was like kind of wine drunk for a lot of it, but like still nailed the role. So it's kind of
Great.
funny. I know, good
However
for
it
Donald.
works, however it
Yes.
happens.
Yes, and I think I'm going out of order here a little bit, but I know you love this. So Donald Pleasance was not actually their first ask for the role of Dr. Sam Loomis.
Who was
Um,
it?
it was Christopher Lee, right?
Oh, he would have
Yes.
been good.
I know. I love Donald Pleasance in this role. I think he does such a great job, but Christopher Lee would have been really good. And he was approached for the role. He turned it down. And according
Mm.
to sources, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but
Sources.
he says it was like a huge regret for him turning it
Oh,
down. Like he kind of
wow.
wishes he was a part of it. Did not verify that, but it's out there in the internet lore. So I'm gonna choose
He
to
would have
believe it.
been iconic,
Yeah. But needless to
truly.
say, Donald Pleasance nailed it. He was a great, like, he arguably had an even, like, the most important role in the movie. Like, he was really driving the plot forward and delivering a lot of, like, borderline comical lines. Like, he's such a drama queen. I just, like, love I love it. I love it. But let's backtrack just a little bit. So, this movie, we obviously all love it. It's the perfect October watch. Like, couldn't be better. It's giving all the fall vibes. It's set in this anywhere, anytown, USA location, similar to like what they did in Stranger Things. It could just be like any town down the street, but
But
also
it
like
is
super
Illinois,
charming.
middle of nowhere, just like where Michael Myers from The Hotel lives. Sorry.
Oh, oh gosh, yeah. Okay,
You
that is a
know.
little creepy. I didn't put that together at all when you were telling your story. Um, but interestingly, like many things done in Hollywood, this was not in Illinois or the Midwest or anything. It was shot in Southern California. And for
Ugh.
some reason, during this watch, I was like hyper aware of the fact that it was in California and it was supposed to be all this like cozy Halloween vibes, which I feel like it is, but there is zero foliage. Like the trees are green. How have I not noticed it until this watch? Like, this isn't cozy
Well,
fall vibes. This is just like cozy suburban vibes.
but see, when I picture it in my head, it's nighttime, so it
Mm.
doesn't matter as much, I think.
Well, there's just so many of the montages of like Lori and her friends walking home, well, and like people walking home from school, and a lot of it is during the day too. And I just was for some reason like it's not fall. You're not fooling. Like,
That's
why?
fair.
Also,
That's
like maybe
fair.
I'm just cranky. Maybe it was just like a cranky watch for me. Still love it. Still think it delivers in all the vibes. It's credited as a movie of like bringing this new era to the slasher genre. Like it's a relatively simple story, like, we've talked about that before, like, this is not, like, the most compelling plot ever, but I think it's, like, a great slow burn, it's one of the earlier renditions of, like, the final girl, which I think
Yeah.
is, like, a very important trope to many of us, like, horror
Yes.
girlies out there, that, you know, even though Dr. Loomis is part of saving Lori in the end, like, she's resourceful, she's fighting back, like,
Yeah.
she's not the ultimate final girl, but she's showing that, like, girls aren't just gonna, like, sit around and just, like, wait to be saved by men, like, they can do things too, and so that was,
Oh,
like, an
she's
important
badass.
yeah,
Yes.
she's stabby stabby. She's, like, going after it. Um, yeah, I think the reason the why, in like addition to everything I just spewed about this movie, um, another reason why this movie is just so revered is it's simple, but it's also just like shot really well and in a really unique way. And like you can tell that there was like even though it was shot really quickly, there was like a lot of care and thought into the way that they were trying to create like tension. And just like the cinematic effects were really really well done and then the best part to me, and I think many other people, is John Carpenter's score. It's just so good. Like,
It
the Michael
is.
Myers theme is just so
Mhm.
good. Like, not like, that, like, releases dopamine into my brain every time I hear it. I can feel it
Yeah.
swoosh. So good. It's so good. I love it.
This is not the first time we've talked about a movie that really, like, what we like about it is the vibes,
Yeah.
and I think that is really common for slashers. So, like, Friday the 13th, slasher movie, basically no plot except people getting killed. Halloween
Right.
has more of a plot than that,
Yeah.
but the vibes are
Ugh.
immaculate, the music, immaculate, like, that's what makes it. That's why we keep coming back.
Totally agree, and, like, we also discussed in our episode on Friday the 13th that it was just, like, 1,000% a ripoff of Halloween,
This is
but it does it
true.
effectively. It was just like Halloween at summer camp, like a masked killer, and, like,
Yes.
there are just so many layers of that, like having a final girl, having a killer with, specific music, like using killer POV shots so that, we're not totally aware of, like, who the killer is or what they're capable of for part of the movie. Yeah, it was just, it's just good. It's just good.
Mhm. It's
I told you.
it's
I
just
literally
good.
warned everyone that we would get to the movie, and I'd be like, "I don't have anything to say about it. It's just good, okay? I love it." I will say that there are critiques from people like my husband who just say, like, "It's just kinda boring," and I can
The
respect
vibes,
that.
though.
I know, but for people like my husband who want, like, high octane action, lots of stuff going on. I mean, certainly is not that, but that I don't want that. Like we have like at first I was offended and I was like, "Get right, mister."
You
But
tell him.
I know I'm really tough on him. Should really try to be nicer. But we just have such different, like, tastes and needs for movies, like, he likes, like, war movies and just, like, intense, bang, bang, shoot, shoot, and I'm like, I love the slow burn, I love the vibes, like, I
Yeah.
love the background, like, this is such a good, like, bake some cookies and have this movie on in the background, it's
Mhm.
carve a pumpkin
Mhm.
and have this movie on in the background. Also, that just made me remember a little fun fact I learned because they were also shooting this in California and it was not the fall time and they could not find any pumpkins. So the pumpkins in the movie are some sort of gourd that were green and they painted them orange. So there you have it, folks. Now you
I love
know.
that it wasn't, like, plastic pumpkins. That's
Nope,
what they would do now. It was
that's true.
still natural material.
Yeah, and there's multiple pumpkins in the movie, pumpkins I put in quotes because 'cause they're not pumpkins, it's just really funny because it's such an iconic part of the movie and, like, the opening image and everything, and it's just, like, some random, like, I don't know, it's like a Mexican gourd or something they had to, like, drive really far to get and then paint
I'm
orange, it's
dying. That's
really
amazing.
funny. Yeah, next time you watch it, just, like, look at the pumpkins, if you look at them too closely, you're like, "Yeah, something's not
See,
right."
I'm not going to.
Or you're not gonna be like me and be like, "The leaves aren't brown. They
Mm-mm.
don't crinkle."
You don't understand, Ashley. I live in a place where I have to pretend it's fall for like 2
Mm.
months before it turns into fall, so
You're
I
like
know how to
suspending
let
your
the magic
disbelief.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, you're suspending it in real life. You're like,
Mhm.
my reality is not
Exactly.
real. Yeah, see,
Yes.
I be crunching, leaves be crunching out here already. It's beautiful. It's
Must be
lovely.
nice.
You gotta come visit. Might you just
But
hit me with a must be nice? Oh, come on. Must be nice.
I'm a
Oh,
little
you're
bitter,
from New England. You're
okay? I
from New
know.
England. We're
I
waiting for you to
left
come
it.
back.
I know. I
Okay.
know.
You'll come back someday. That's what I'm telling
Yeah,
myself.
I will. I
Be
will.
great. It'll be great. Yeah, what else can we say about this movie? I
I want to talk about the mask.
Yes.
Michael
Okay.
Myers' mask.
Yes. Do you know the background of the mask?
I was hoping that you could tell me about it because okay, so the whole reason I've been thinking about the mask even before this episode is because it has a really cute it's a really cute part of Stranger Things
Yes.
because when Max first goes trick-or-treating with them, she wears the Michael Myers mask, and
Yes.
then when they're trying to sneak Eddie out because everybody's looking for Eddie because they think he has killed Chrissy, I'm very recently we're doing our Stranger Things rewatch right now,
Oh,
obviously.
excellent.
We're getting
Mhm.
ready. And they give him the Michael Myers mask, which I think is
I
actually more
love that.
conspicuous, but I think it's such a
Yes.
cute little throwback and it's such a cute reminder. And Max in the Michael Myers mask is just adorable.
So cute. Yes. Yes, I love that. I love all of that. And I love that there's some of our favorite movies mentioned in Stranger Things because they also do like several Lord of the Rings references
Yes.
throughout
Like
the series.
so many.
Yes. Okay, so let me tell you about the mask. So, like I said, this was a low budget production. They were being very scrappy. So I can't remember who in the crew went out searching for the mask, but a lot of people were just like they had 7, different jobs. They were, acting in small parts, doing part of the art production and, scouting, et cetera, et cetera. Like they all were like wearing a lot of hats. So someone went out to look for the mask and they just went to the Halloween store, just like you would if you were shopping for your own costume. And they bought 2 different masks to work with. And one was just some sort of like sad clown mask. It had a specific name to some iconic, creepy clown. It was like a sad faced clown. You probably would have been scarier for you. Your face is like
I don't like
why is it always
it.
a clown? And they put that on and like, yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy. Okay, the other one, he zhuzhed up a little bit. So it was actually a Captain Kirk mask.
I can
Yes.
see it.
Yep.
I can
That
totally see
once you
it.
know that, you can't look back. But he made the eyes a little bit wider. He spray painted the hair. Um Brown. It's brownish color, and then I think, like,
Mhm.
shaved off the eyebrows. And they put it on, and they were just like, "This is it. This is it." And it just became this iconic mask of I think they were just trying to lean into the, like, anonymity of it, you know? It's just like a blank, emotionless face, and that is what Dr. Loomis is ranting about and raving about the whole movie. Like, "The
Yeah.
blackest eyes, the devil's eyes." Oh, he's just, like, always ranting. He's so extra in the whole movie, and, like, no one listens, and that is one issue I have with this movie. Why is no one listening to this man? He is who is like, there is a crazed lunatic who escaped. No one cares. Like, I don't know how far away Smith's Grove, the sanitarium, is supposed to be from Haddonfield, but it's still in like Illinois. Nobody's alarmed. No one's like, oh, he murdered his sister, like, and then was institutionalized and is super evil. Like, whatever. Well, yeah, let's go trick or treat. Look, I'm not saying cancel Halloween, which is probably what they should have done, in hindsight. But like, no, everyone was just like, I don't know, Dr. Loomis, I think you're wrong.
I
Why?
mean, besides a snarky answer, which is the plot. They ignore him for the plot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
But
right.
because I actually I feel like today people would cause mass panic because like the internet and
Yes.
social media and conspiracy theorists, but I feel like back then, like, people I don't know, maybe they're just more chill about this, but also I feel like they were, like, really, like, into Community and, like, they would've, like, kind of had more adults out or something. I don't know.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's kind of the point in a way of, like, babysitters are, like, literally often just, like, teenagers who are in charge, and then, like, in certain times, like, this is, like, a relatively common trope, like, they are, like, the ones protecting your children, like, let alone themselves, like, they're, like, defenseless
Yeah.
young girls
Mhm,
usually,
mhm.
and I think that's, like, a big point of the movie is, like, that vulnerability and shedding a light on it, and then there's ones like Lori who are like, "No, I will stab you in the eye with a coat hanger, relatively
Yes.
gingerly, and it will incapacitate you."
I mean, eyes are not very tough.
No, 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 no. No, it was good. She did a good job. I'm not
Yeah.
no criticizing. It's just I just like her too, like, she stabs him with, like, a knitting needle and then a coat hanger, like, not extremely forcefully in either
She did
scenario.
what she could.
Yeah, yeah. I know this movie established a lot of lore, and one thing I think that's interesting is obviously it's become a huge, huge franchise.
Mhm.
Everybody knows Michael Myers, everybody knows Halloween, and so much of the franchise is just like bad. It's just
Yeah.
so bad. It's one of like I don't know. I feel like people would say maybe that it's like one of the worst franchises in terms of like the big ones. It's so chaotic. It's so all over the place. The timelines you can't follow them. Like they don't make
Uh,
sense. There's mix mash of lore. Like some of them go on to say that I think even the sequel maybe alludes to it, but the sequel was written again by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. And I think it goes on to say that like she was like their sister, like Laurie Strode was like his sister. Um I don't know if it alludes to it in that one. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've watched that. But like then later in the franchise, like they try to like really lean into that's the whole reason that he's coming after. It's like this whole family vendetta. Like things just get off the wall, and then there's like some sort of like satanic cult at some point. Like it just goes crazy.
wow.
Crazy. And then there's Halloween 3, which is super controversial, which does not have Michael Myers. It's just a complete different story, and people love or hate that movie. Yeah, it
I
is
love
just so all
this.
over the place. Yes, it's like, well, who do you wanna be? So then when Halloween 2018 came out, we were like, "Okay, like, maybe we're onto something." A lot of people were just like, "It's just the same thing as the original, but worse. Like, why did we need this?" But others of us, myself included, were like, maybe this is just like a fresh start and we could wrap up this franchise in like a more interesting direction. And then the next two movies happened and yeah, chaos again. It's a messy
Chaos
franchise.
again.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was hoping for, but we watched it at a creepy town in Montana and we had a
It
good
made it
time.
own experience and,
I
like,
saw
very memorable.
Yes, I think I saw all 3 of those movies in theaters too, like, that's a fun thing we've talked about with requels too, is having, like, the nostalgic movies and then being able to, like, have that sort of new experience, but, like, with the nostalgia in the theater is super fun. But
Yes.
I think Halloween
Yes.
is one that we definitely, like, in our lifetime will be able to see in theaters or at, like, a drive-in or something fun, like, that's definitely on my
Oh,
bucket list. It'd be such a good
that would
one
be
to just
amazing.
vibe out and watch in a cornfield or something.
And, like, actually enjoy Halloween. Let's do it.
You know what? One of these
One of
years,
these years. We're gonna
it's
try
gonna
our
be great.
hardest
Ugh,
tomorrow on Halloween.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be working.
So will I.
You'll be working. I'll enjoy that couple hours with my baby before he goes to bed. I'll be all dressed up and cute. Ugh, life.
Adorable.
You know, but
I
yeah,
know.
support our bias buy me a coffee page. Then we won't have to work anymore. Someone throw $5 at us. We can quit our jobs.
Fund our trip to whatever drive-in theater is showing Halloween on Halloween night in
Yes.
2026.
Even that would be so fun. Oh, man. So what are we talking about next week?
Oh man. So next week we're kicking off our last month before our scheduled holiday break, and we are going back to, I think I'm just calling it my favorite show now. I think it has risen to the top of the ranks. We're gonna do several episodes about Twin Peaks because there's a lot. There's a lot to cover in that.
Yeah.
Too much to cover. But we're not a full Twin Peaks podcast, so we are gonna do a few episodes on Twin Peaks before we do our last 2 episodes, and then break for the holidays. We'll
Whew,
see you there.
holidays. Can't wait.
Happy
Twin Peaks.
Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween, homebodies.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Haunted Homebodies. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
And remember, when in doubt, just stay home.